Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all well. Good news story today, just for a change, huh? So, unless you've been living under a rock, you will have seen something, I'm sure, about the anti-Israel, pro-Hamas demonstrations that have been taking place across the Western world. I think we're having them over here in London probably every weekend at the moment, and it's been going on for a very long time. But story coming out of the US of A at the moment is a wonderfully patriotic show by some frat boys. So let's have a look at this story, shall we? So frat boys at UNC Chapel Hill surround American flag in protection as pro-Palestine mob runs wild. Let's be very clear here. They're not pro-Palestine. They are pro-Hamas and they are anti-Israel. They are anti-Semitics. So now that we've cleared that up, patriotic frat boys valiantly protected an American flag on the campus of the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, even while being pelted by water bottles from pro-Hamas protesters. They're not protesters, they're demonstrators. Footage emerged on social media showing the group of male students from the Pi Kappa Phi, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, Pi Kappa Phi fraternity holding on to the stars and stripes during a protest on Tuesday. The other side lobbed bottles of water at the group, who clutched the flag as they were screamed at by masked protesters. One person was seen carrying an Israel flag as others threw objects and water at him as the group held the flag high so as to not let it touch the ground. Despite the best efforts of the group, the protesters eventually managed to hoist a Palestine flag on Chapel Hill campus. Still, the men's actions drew attention online with a GoFundMe set up for the frat that has raised more than $228,000, and I will be having a little look to see where that GoFundMe is at now. These lads deserve every penny, in my opinion. I love this picture. I adore this picture. And I know I'm not American, okay? I am UK. I am your ally. I am a veteran. I've worked with the US Air Force several times. I was working alongside the US Marines whilst in Afghanistan. We're allies. We're friends. So that's why I do stories about American politics stuff. But yeah, I love this image. I love it. And I specifically love this guy in blue with the smirk on his face. He's just like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? As you can imagine, like the blue-haired brigade just screaming at them. And he's like, yeah. We are overwhelmed by you glorious, patriotic Americans who value good beer and great times, the frat wrote on the GoFundMe. We are in contact with multiple leaders from fraternities whose members help defend the flag, including Alpha Epsilon Pi and others, in addition to Pi Kappa Psi. Our gratitude goes to all of them, and we will update supporters on what comes next. After the American flag was replaced by a Palestine flag, UNC Interim Chancellor Lee Roberts responded by personally walking out into the midst of the process and removing the Palestinian flag. Well done to that Chancellor. Roberts stood guard as he restored the American flag back onto the flagpole and applauded as workers did so. Footage taken shows Roberts clapping his hands as some students can be heard chanting, USA, USA. Not long after the flag was restored, a decision was made to have it taken down, where it was folded into its traditional triangle shape and taken away. The flagpole was then left empty, prompting protesters to disperse. Following the chaos, classes were cancelled for the rest of the day and non-mandatory operations were suspended. Police had moved in to clear out an encampment and detained some of the protesters in a tense showdown. Just craziness, isn't it? Like, nowhere should have their country's flag taken down to be replaced by another country's flag. I don't agree. I don't agree with any of that. And I think those students should be expelled from the university. So it was reported that 36 protesters were detained within the encampment. 6 of those were arrested and transported to the local magistrate's office. Well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions. In a statement, Roberts said, "For the last several months, we've spoken regularly and respectfully." Several months this has been going on. It's just ridiculous. Like, get a job. Get a life. Like, you're so concerned about another country and you hate your country so much. I don't understand it. So it said that the students were abiding by the policies, but that changed on Sunday evening when they were trespassing into classrooms, etc. This group has now made it clear they will no longer even consider our request to abide by university policies and have ended our attempts at constructive dialogue. Well, kick them out then. Kick them out. Just kick them out. And I hope you agree with me on that. So even the mayor of New York City. Eric Adams is the mayor of New York, right? I'm pretty sure he is. And he's a Democrat and he's very, very lefty. And even he said, "That's our flag, folks. It might be fine to some people, but not to me. My uncle died defending this country. It's despicable that schools will allow another country's flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being a proud American. We're not surrendering our way of life." Well, I don't think you really mean that, because, like, you're okay with, like, the mass immigration and stuff, which is surrendering your way of life. But we've had a little update. So one of the frat boys has spoken to the press. So headline here: UNC Chapel Hill frat boy seen shielding Old Glory from Palestine protesters speaks out. "I would have protected the flag with my dead body from this Marxist horde." Way to go, lad. One of the University of North Carolina fraternity brothers who was seen guarding the US flag from protesters said he would have protected it with his life. I mean, these guys are the future, in my opinion, of the country. Because let's face it, these, like, demonstrators who hate America so much, they're not going to achieve much in their lives. Like, they're so bitter and twisted and hate their country so much. Like, how are they ever possibly going to achieve anything? So a few dozen members of the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity took it upon themselves to shield the flag on Tuesday, where protesters replaced it with the Palestinian flag. A police science student at the school, Dan Stompel, told Fox News he and other frat brothers held the flag up for over an hour until police arrived to clear the protesters. Over an hour. That's some dedication. The junior said, "I was like, I'd die for this flag." And everyone was like, "Yeah, if they get any closer, we're going to start throwing hands. We're not going anywhere. I don't care. They're going to have to tear me off this flag over my dead body." Come on, lads. They are stepping up. They are acting like men, and they're only college students. Stompel claimed that as he shielded the flag, protesters tried to intimidate them and began throwing objects at them. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. We're looking in every direction. If stuff was flying in, we would say, heads up, we would cover each other, we would look out for other people. And it did hurt our arms. It was like an arm day workout. That's exactly what I was thinking. That would be like arm day, wouldn't it? There was no gym happening that day afterwards. I love these lads. just normal, down-to-earth guys. I love it. Maybe the universities aren't completely lost if these are the guys that are there. The student added, "It shows that, based on the people there, nice, normal, strong boys protecting American flag. There's nothing more patriotic, nothing more genuine, nothing more inspiring than that." I agree. After footage went viral, a GoFundMe was set up to throw them a party. As of Thursday morning, it has collected more than $330,000, with billionaire Bill Ackman donating $10,000 of those dollars. These boys know men of the UNC Chapel Hill Pi Kappa Phi gave the best to America and now they deserve the best, the GoFundMe reads. Help us raise funds to throw this frat the party they deserve. I mean, over $300,000, that's a hell of a party. Guillermo Estrada, another of the young men, said the day had been sad yet empowering and that he had become upset after seeing the Palestinian flag raised on campus. Too bloody right. Do you know, it upsets me over here in the UK seeing Palestinian flags hanging all over London. Like, people have literally, they're all over the place, honestly. But yeah, right, let's have a look at the GoFundMe. Okay, so I've gone onto the GoFundMe and they've disabled donations. So the last news we had was that it was at $330,000. It's now been disabled. But I would say, yeah, they thoroughly deserve every penny, every cent. They do. They're well deserved. And it warms my heart to know that not all young people are lost. I mean, I kind of knew that because I work with some teenagers and most of them are not, you know, these woke snowflakes. They're just kind of sick and tired of the whole thing. But yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts and I'll see you very soon.